Hi everyone, welcome back to another gameplay of Infinitode 2. So I wanted to show you guys in this video an updated strategy, an updated gameplay to farm custom maps on late endless, especially for BitDis. This is because of the fact that now that we are on the latest update, the 1.9, many things do not work as they were before. Towers have been buffed or nerfed, and also the loot, it's kind of been reworked. So I've talked a bit with the developer, and I was wondering, like, why is it that now if we farm custom maps with the exactly same setup as before 1.9, where is it that now we're actually gaining significantly less BitDis, especially like the overall amount of loot I think has stayed pretty much the same, like in terms of tiles. If you look here at the tiles, but the amount of BitDis, it's a lot lower. Like before the update, I think the amount of BitDis earned was actually doubled. Now it's halved. So I can't explain that other than maybe some bugs or maybe some things not working as they should. But I haven't had a reply from the developer yet, so I'm not sure why this is the case. But yeah, now in this video, as I said before, the updated strategy you want to use is you just want to change tower. Tesla unfortunately has been nerfed, so now the ultimate is a lot worse. It doesn't really work as before, and now basic has been buffed, so now you can use basic as your main source, as your main tower. Now, of course, because of basic, you're going to need to change slightly the portals that you select. You want to avoid 100% 3 enemies, so you want to avoid flying enemies and you want to avoid armor. So these are the 3 type of enemies that 100% like you must avoid. You must never place portals that contain those enemies. Then, as always, try to place portals that have the highest difficulty possible, and that's it. So in this case, you want to place at least 4 portals. So you can place up to 8. I've seen that, like, if you place 4, if you place 8, enemies do not really get out more quickly, so you don't really gain that much time. So at the end of the day, it's pretty much the same. But yeah, at least 4 portals like this. And if you can also have portals that do not have healers and fighters, that's even better. In this case, I got 3 portals such as those. I had to place 1 with the healers though, because I didn't have a 4th one. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And now in terms of also of the boss tile, I've seen some players going for this tile instead, which increases by 10% the loot variety, but you have bosses that are spawned. Personally, I prefer using the no boss tile, which makes you lose 10% rarity, but and also your running speed is lower, but you have no bosses, so you don't have to worry about like having brute, especially that has billions of HP, which takes a very long time to defeat, even with abilities. And so yeah, that's what I prefer. At the end of the day, I've seen that there isn't that much difference between using this tile and this one. So yeah, I think this one makes this just easier. Base, just go for a base that increases your damage as much as possible, and if you also can have more attack speed, that's fine as well, because it's going to increase your basic overall DPS. And then yeah, that's, you know, data core, more starting coins, or whatever you have that might make your gameplay easier. It's fine. And as well, here I recommend you to use ball lightning, just because of the fact that in that way you can kill enemies even more quickly. So that's it. And also having some sources on the bottom so that you can make your basic to level up faster. And as it was before, you're gonna just start your gameplay raising your basic tower, just get it level 5. Then you're gonna place your sources, your modifiers, and now you start upgrading your miners. So in that way, you're giving experience to basic and you are leveling it up. Because of the fact that the loot variety scales up with time, that's why you want to spawn the wave and then you don't want to call the next one earlier, because in that way you are minimizing the amount of bad loot, so bad low quality loot you're collecting, and you're just waiting. So in that way loot becomes more rare over time, and you are in somehow like saving loot because you're not really collecting it as quickly. And yeah, so that's why, like, the core strategy is exactly the same as before 1.9, so you just want to wait, and also how it worked before. The difference is like the tower they use and the fact that probably going for abilities is actually better than trying not to use abilities. Alright, here we go. I always prefer going for just for raw damage on basic, because the special ability is gonna scale up from damage. So the more damage you have, the more the damage multiplier is high. Now, personally, at 545 right here, that's when I click auto. And now auto wave means that you have the instant wave active, so you're calling each wave like as quickly as you can. And sometimes loot is gonna be only legendary, and it should be only legendary. Or maybe you collect some epic and then it becomes only legendary. And also something else that you wanna do is like at 6 and 30, and then every minute you wanna spawn 2 ball landings. Once your basic tower reaches max level, you're gonna just place all the modifiers around it to make it as strong as possible. Got 2 more ball landings, as you can see. Just go for the right path here on the core. Especially this one increases a lot your stats because it's a lot more power. Now towers can reach up to level 150, so it's a lot of extra power that you earn. And then at 9 minutes, I recommend you to spawn 3 ball lightnings, and then at 10 minutes also 3 more. So in that way you are killing the enemies even more quickly. Right? Here 10 minutes, there we go, 3 more. And that should be it. You want to play until like 11:03, 11:05. It should be around 2 minutes and 50 of gameplay. You can see here the loot has been exhausted, so that's why I'm not really earning that much loot. And yeah, just end the game. At 11 minutes, as I said before, 03, 05. Now here, this is actually a little bit longer because of the fact that I ended up like talking and explaining some things, but it should be like 2 minutes and 50 if you go very, very quickly. The amount of bitters earned, it's around like 4,100, sometimes like 4,100, sometimes 3,900. Like it's RNG as always, but it should be around this number. And so it's an efficiency of around 25 bitters per second if you just count everything, which is pretty good efficiency. And yeah, this is the best I was able to find. I've done different tests, different towers, different setups, and overall this seems to be the one that works the best. If you want, as I said before, you can try going for the boss tile here, the other tile. So in that way you have even more variety. Should be better, should be slightly more quality loot, but at the end of the day it doesn't really change that much, as I said before. So you can even go for this one. You're gonna need more ball lightnings because you're gonna need to kill bosses pretty quickly with it. But yeah, it's just up to you, what you want to do. And that's it. So hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching and see you. Bye bye.